So what do you think? What Sam and Snoopy would do? If you are in a garden and you find a snake there, what would you do? No, I want to know what would you do? Would you run away? What? What would you do? Yes. What Sam and Snoopy would do? Maybe the children say that Sam would take a stick and hit the snake. Okay, so there can be many answers. They would run away, they would shout, whatever. So the children will come up, when you are telling a story, you have to be the facilitator and you have to just give them the freedom to come to the end of the story by giving their perceptions. Every child will come up with their own perception to end the story. Some of them may say that they would hide under a tree, or they may run away, or they may scream, or they may hit the snake with that is how they will remember the story. Otherwise, if you quickly finish the story, Sam and Snoopy found a snake and then the snake slithered in the garden, the snake is in the grass, what will happen? They will forget. But when you give them a chance to speak and express their feelings and express what they want to say or how they take the situation, they will remember it for a longer time. Yeah, so different answers will come. You all can have a brainstorming, you can listen to them, and that's how, as a teacher, you are going to connect with your students, which is very important, not just in phonics for these sounds, but for any topic, any subject you are taking. You can always start with a simple basic story and leave come to the climax and leave the results on the students and let them. That's a collaborative thinking where creative thinking comes, and the children, they feel a part of the class, and they feel free to express themselves, they feel more confident. And that's how you can connect with your students, by listening to them. Okay, so then you can say, okay, so Sam and Snoopy hit the snake with a stick and they both ran away. But what now? What the snake will do now? The snake was very sad, and so the snake slowly slithered away in the grass, making the sound. The snake is in the grass. The snake is in the grass. The snake is in the grass. Okay, so this is how you introduce any sound. This was just an example of one sound. Every sound you have to tell a story. All the stories are given in your app. Okay, when you open the app, when you click on the sound, you will find the story given. After doing the story, that's how I connected the story and the song. The snake is in the grass. The snake. So I told the story, and immediately I connected this story with a rhyme saying the snake is in the. You can have a round, all the children make a circle and they all do this. The snake is, they can move and do the actions. The snake is in the grass. The snake is. Then you all have to show a flashcard, later. Okay, and then you have to teach the formation. How would you teach the formation? Okay, so you can ask them to make a curve in the air. Okay, make the C and then make a inverted C. So all of you with me, move your hand, make a semicircle, turn the semicircle, and this is how, or with a finger also you can say C and then inverted C. Okay, so this is how letter S forms. Then you can show them pictures and ask them if they hear sound when you say snail. So tell me, did you hear a sound when I say snail? Did you hear a sound when I said snail? Yes? Did you hear when I said snail? Yes. So like this, you have to ask. Keep your hand here and tell me, could you hear when I said spider? Spider. Yes. Could you hear when I said sun? Sun. Check. Is coming? sun. Check. Coming. Sun, sun. Yes, sound is coming. Okay, now check. Sound is coming or not? Flower, flower, flower. Sound coming? No, no. Yeah. So this is called sounding, checking the phonemic awareness. Okay. And then you can ask them to write S in their notebooks or in the worksheet, wherever. So you will say, can you write letter S? So all the children will write letter S. You can give them sometimes a sand tray, a salt tray, um, or they can write make the formation in a tray where some grains are there, cereals, pulses, anything, or maybe sometimes with the clay, they can make the shape of S, or they can keep some buttons. Okay, so you have to make it fun and multi-sensory. Sometimes they can do the fingerprint painting, so they can dip their finger in the paint and color, and they can do the finger painting, making the letter formation. Sometimes you can give them crayons, sometimes you can give them sketch pens, sometimes you can give them markers, and they can come and write on the board. So it can be fun. Now, with every letter, you have to take a lot of activities. Like for this, what you can do is you can have a race where the children stand in a line, and they have to run, and they have to quickly make this and come back. Okay, why we are doing this? Because the small children, they don't enjoy learning, or they don't enjoy studies, but they enjoy running, and they have a lot of fun when they have to move around. And also when you make them, you put them in some competition or game where they can win the game, so then they are energized. And also hyperactive children, they have very lot of energy inside them. So if you don't utilize that energy in the positive way, they will just disturb the class. So better you can keep some paper or crayon, and they have to quickly run and make the letter formation, and they have to come back. So that's how. Or sometimes what you can do, you can keep different flashcards. They have to quickly run, pick up the they have to pick the flashcard of letter S, and they have to run and give come back. So that's how you have to add fun. Okay, that's very important to have fun in your class, because then only the children are going to enjoy. Okay, and then at the end of the your now see, if you are doing only the first sound S, now there's a lot more time you have, because you have told the story, you have done the action, you have done all this, but still you will have ample of time. So how to utilize that time? You can give them pictures like sun, spider, snail. You can give them pictures, they can color. Okay, they can color in the sun, in the snail, in the spider, or anything which has or you can give them a big snake, spotty snake, they can color the spotty snake. As a takeaway, they can take. Okay, so that's how every letter sound has to be taught. So this was a lesson plan for first letter S. Now we will have letter A. So it will go the same way. You will have a story. So in your story now you can have Annie, Addie went on a picnic. They spread a mat. They sat down on the mat. They ate apples. They ate sandwiches. Just a minute. Ashi, charges naman. Okay, so they wore hats, apple, sandwiches. So you have jam. Okay, so a sound you have to focus on. Okay, and then suddenly Annie started crying badly. Why? What happened? And she was crying because she found ants crawling on her arm. Now tell me what Annie would do. What would you do if you found ants crawling on your arms? Will you be scared? What you will do? Can you give me answers in the chat? What will you do if you find ants crawling on your arm? What would you do? Can you write in the chat? What are you going to do? Scream. Okay, Ismat will scream. Matlina will push the ants away, and um, okay, Ravnak will throw them away. Hinata will throw them away, and Rafida will run, and Mariam will enjoy, and Sharmila would swap from hand. Okay, and some Samsung has written scared and scream and throw and then run away, all the things. Okay, so you will enjoy, like I am enjoying your answers, you will enjoy the answers from your children. Throw them away. Okay, so shout and throw them away, Rukaya is saying, Aisha is saying. Yeah, okay, so then you can tell, yes, she was scared and she shouted, ah, 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 Auntie Ma'am, ah, ah, Auntie Ma'am, ah, ah, Auntie Ma'am, ah, ah, Auntie Ma'am, they're causing me alarm. Can you all do? Ah, ah, Auntie Ma'am, ah, ah, Auntie Ma'am, ah, ah, Auntie Ma'am, they're causing me alarm. Okay, and then you will show them a flashcard written letter A, and then you will teach the formation. Okay, so in the air, make a curve, then go up, then come down, and a small curve. Okay, and then you can ask them to make it on their palm also. Okay, or they can stand in a queue and they can write on the back of the person who is standing. So if in my front there's a person standing, I'll write a on his back, and this person will write on the back of the person standing in front of him. Likewise, they can stand in a row and they can make the letter A on the back. So you have to make it fun every time. Okay, sometimes you can just give them dots and they can join those dots. Okay, and you can have a lot of other activities, like you can have two flashcards and they have to match capital and small, uppercase and lowercase. So sometimes these activities, letter formation doesn't always mean that they have to form the letter, but it means they should identify. So you can always give them a matching game where they have to pick up the uppercase and lowercase. So uppercase letter S, lowercase, uppercase letter A, and lowercase. So this way you will be able to, make them revise upper and lower case. And this is only for small kids. Like here, all the teachers are there. So if you think that formation is clear, letter formation is clear with your students and they don't need a practice, then skip that part. You just can go for the blending part. Okay. Now you have S and A. So you have to teach them blending. So you will have S and A and you have to bring them closer. S, ah, S, ah, S, ah, S, ah, S, ah, sa. Oh, it is sa. What is this? Sa. Let's do it again. S, ah, S, ah, S, ah, sa, sa. This is sa, sa, sa. So all the children will do s, ah, sa, 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 sa. Okay? S, ah, s, ah, sa. So this is blend, which will start with letter A. But now that's not a word. Sa is no word. It's just a vowel consonant blend. Then you will do the writing part where you will say s, s, s. They will write S. Then you will say ah. They will write A. And then you can give them pictures. So you can give them pictures of apple, arrow. What else? What else you can show them with ah sound? Apple, arrow, and ant, ant for axe, yes, ant, yes. Not aeroplane because that's not aeroplane, okay? not because that's a sound and not a sound. Okay. So this you should be careful. You can give cat, mat, hat, bat. Okay. Because they have a sound, not aeroplane. Okay. Then you can have some that particular day you can have an activity, apple, you can celebrate apple day. You can give instructions to your children to bring apple a day prior, so that day everyone can have apple. You can have apple day activity, everybody eating apple. You can click pictures, apple. Okay. Act, yes, not another. So this is how you can have the entire day having a sound. Okay. You can make an arrow and they all have to do ramp walk, walking in that arrow. Okay. So many things can be done where you have to remember that the children will focus only on a. Okay. And they can color the ant. Yeah. Angel, amount, these all are not having sound. Instead of that, you can have cat, mat, bat, hat, bag. Yes. Okay. At. Yes. Okay. So this is how you're done with your ah. Now the next letter is T. Again, you will start with a story. So you can have Tom, Tina playing tennis. Who is watching? A small little cat is watching Tom, Tina playing racket. And every time the kitten who was hiding in the tent was watching Tom and Tina playing tennis. Every time the racket hit the ball, the kitten started turning its head. When I watched the tennis game, when I watched the tennis game. So you have the story. In the story only, you introduce the action and you end your story by singing the song. When I was a tennis game. When I was a tennis game. Okay. Then, after doing this, you will show the flashcard. Again, you can have the matching of capital and small t. So they know that capital T and small t both makes the same sound. And then you can teach the formation if you think they don't know. So sleeping line and standing line is your capital. And to make us lowercase, you bring it down and then you so all the children will do with you. Okay. So do with me, follow me, bring it down and curve and then a sleeping line and then in the middle. So when you do it on the board, they will do along with you. So letter formation. Then now comes blending where you can have words because now you can make words. S, ah, t, s, at, sat, sat. And then you can do at, at, at. Okay. Now this can be done by various methods. This blending is the most crucial part. What activities you can do to teach this blending? Have you seen what we call it pop uh, pop-up game? Have you all seen that? What do we call it? Pop-up. Yeah, the children bubbles. Yes, we have seen that. So that can also be taken. I'm giving you what all things you can do for blending. So you can write SAT on the pop-up and they will pop sat. You can have Legos, building blocks, and on the blocks you can have the blending. So on the lower it is and then and then t. Okay. Or you can have it upside down. Sat. So the bricks, joining bricks, building blocks or Legos you can use. Then you can have a simple rubber band. Okay. On this rubber band, you can staple S, A, and T. So when you stretch it, at, the moment you release it, that becomes sat. So, The moment you release it, all the three flashcards will come together and that makes a sat. Okay. Or if it is a two-letter word, you can have at, at, at. You can have three children standing with flashcards of SAT. So they all can stand at. So they can come together and then the word is sat. So this is how you can do many activities. Now, once you have done the blending part, you have to be sure that the child can read or not. So what you can do, you can have flashcards of words like sat and at. Okay, and you can give them any stick or something. Um, the fly spatters you can give where they have to spat on the word which you're saying. When you're saying sat, they have to spat on that flashcard. So these activities will, give you assurance that your child can read or not. Sat. Okay. Or simply you can, on the board, you can write different words and then you have to ask them to go and erase the word sat. Where is sat? Go and erase the word sat. So you're checking. That's a way to evaluate that whether the child can read sat or not. He has to erase sat from the whiteboard. Or you can have, you can ask them to get the flashcard of sat. So you can have a mix up of words and you have to go and quickly pick up the flashcard where sat is written. Okay. Or you can make corners. That's a very interesting game. You can always make corners. So on the corners, you are keeping some flashcards. So when you say sat, they have to run to the corner where it is written sat. When you say at, so they have to quickly go and run and reach the corner where it is written at. See, so many activities, so many games repetitively you will have to do so that you are sure that he can read sat or not. You can have it on the stairs, at, they can climb the stairs, at, sat. Or the hopscotch game, they can jump, at, sat. So you have to do a lot of activities for this blending. Anybody has any idea of any other activity? I have discussed so many. So if anybody wants, you can speak. I will give permission to unmute because you are teachers, you're already teaching, so you can think of more ideas. Yeah. So anybody wants to share anything, please let me know. What other ideas anybody has? Anybody wants to share something from your classroom? Even you can have balloons, on the balloons you can write different words, different sounds. So if you are evaluating their awareness about sound, so they have to burst the balloon having sound. And when you are doing it for sat, so you have the balloons where you have written sat, at, pan, different, and they have to burst the balloon where it is sat. So when they burst the balloon, they enjoy. So learning should be with fun. That's very important. So making them run, making them jump, making them burst balloons, making them do some pasting activity, some painting activity, then only they are going to enjoy. Yes, somebody has written. You can also write in the chat. Yes, anyone wants to share any idea, you can. Anybody wants to share any idea? Color paper. Ismat is writing, we can use color paper. Yes. So Ismat, you want to share how would you use those color papers? You can unmute yourself and share what idea is there in your mind. Farhana is writing using small boxes. Yes. Yes, Ismat, writing on sand.
Ma'am, yes, I give them color paper, writing different letter like S, A, T differently, and they will get together. Three people will get together and say S, T, like this.
Okay.
They stand in a line.
Okay. Anybody else wants to share any idea? Using, yes, aeroplane, bus, car, or cutouts. Yes, that way also you can do. So what you can do is, like for example, Okay, so what you can do is like when you have the flashcards of SAT, okay, and then here you can make a racing space, racing road or something, and here you can have this like arrow you can put. So the child will take a small car, maybe a toy car. Okay, I'm just trying to draw a car. Whatever. So he has to run this car on this road, and he will, when as he moves fast, he will say sat. So he will, whatever toy, car, bus he is holding, he will move it fast and say sat. So first he will move slowly, sat, and then he'll move it fast, sat. So, there can be many more ideas, but yes, you have to work a lot for this blending. Okay. I'm just reading some chats. I usually use small ball, writing different letters and tell them to pick up or throw the correct ball to basket. Okay, that's a great idea. Finger puppets, yes. Okay. So finger puppets you can use for the story part, but I'm asking for the blending part. You can have dice game. You can have cardboard box as a dice. So, sorry. So when you have a dice, a big dice, okay, on the dice, you can write different words. And when you roll the dice, whichever word comes, they have to jump, they have to reach that corner. Like, for example, on the dice, I have written 6 words. Okay. So when I roll the dice, whichever word comes, I will have 6 corners. So whichever word comes, they have to see and reach that corner. Mostly, if in your offline class, when even if you're doing these activities with teachers, okay, as a teacher training, the more you make it fun, the more they burn their calories, by running, they will have more fun, and then they will have, they will enjoy your sessions more. Okay. So you can have all these things for blending. Then sounding. So again, in sounding for letter T, you have to show them pictures, telephone or teddy or tennis or um, table. Okay, and they have to, you will ask them, keep your hand here and listen and tell me if you could hear t. So as I am the teacher, I will whisper, and because you are listening, you will keep your hand here. So I will whisper table, table. Did you hear yes. Tennis, tennis. Did you hear yes. Sun, sun, sun. Did you hear no, no. It is not ton. It is sun. So no sound is come. Then you give them some coloring so they can color in objects having sound. Also, every time you can ask if there is anyone who has sound in the name, in your name. Okay, Tina. Okay, and then you can ask them to write. So now it is dictation. So the children will write. You will say, "S." And if you think the children are not writing, then you will give them clue. So action will be clue. So you will do S. If they are not writing, you will do S. Ah, 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 ah. One or two. Okay, we'll do it later. Yeah. So and then t, t, t. There are many online games and blending videos which is going to help. Okay, so I'll show one video.
Are you a working woman who's fed up of going
Take small.
to the office? Would you like to work from any?
Just a minute. You all can go for this step by step. First Step Reading. Okay, I'll just show. That's a very good YouTube channel, First Step Reading. Okay. In that, you can show the blend. Let me just show you.
A, D, A, D, A, D, A, D, A, D, add, add. Wow, you're smart. Let's try another one. A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, ag, ag. K, an, K, an, K, an, K, an, K, an, can. Keep up the great. Can you read these words with me? Great. A, 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 A. Fantastic. Let's try another one. J, et, J, et, J, et, J, et.
Okay, so this is the channel First Step Reading, and there are many other channels where you can have the blending videos, blend videos. So and also tricky words. So you can show these blend videos, which are going to help the children. Okay. And then we have one more Hartman, Jack Hartman. That is also a very good YouTube channel. Jack Hartman.
Jack Cartman! Kids Music Channel!
For A is ah.
Only sound.
Fish.
Videos.
The sound for G is G.
This is from group
Hey,
1.
still thinking about joining the 30-day Python using AI bootcamp by AI for Techies? So what if in 30 days you could go from
That. P. Ah.
So once you finish the first group, then you can play this video, which is going to help your children.
So let's get started with the words. At, 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 s, ah, t, sat, 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 p, ah, t, pat, 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 I, t, it, it, it. S, I, t, sit, sit, sit. P, I, t,
Okay.
pet, pet.
So this you can do in your online class. Okay. And the other activities which I told you can be done in your offline class. Okay. Anyone has any doubt?
Pet.
You can write in the chat. Anyone has any doubt? No? Okay. Okay. So are you all ready to learn 42 actions? So today we are going to learn 42 actions. Okay.
The snake is in the grass. The snake is in the grass. The snake is in the grass. Answer my arm.